What's up? Welcome back to Conversation Piece. Super pumped about this one. Darryl Lytle is my next guest. Such an honor to know him. A really good friend of mine. Met him at the gym. Great dude. There's so much depth and knowledge and wisdom and kindness that just pours out of his soul. I can't say enough how much I appreciate him and how he's such a great person. So, like always, I'm going to link all of the information. He has a Man Chat Monday he does on Facebook Live, and then a website which is called Set Me Straight. I'll link those both in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. I highly recommend it. So enough talking, let's get into it and see what you think. If you wouldn't mind, I would love to kind of just briefly get to dive into like kind of a synopsis of who you are and then kind of dive into the other questions.
Sure. Absolutely. I mean, you know who I am.
Right. For the people out there that don't know you.
People don't know who I am.
Yeah.
And who's this person talking to Dominic in front of you in this camera, and why should you listen? Right. Well, a little bit about who I am. If I had to give it to you in a short elevator speech of who I am, I am Darryl Lytle. I'm a blessed man who loves God, who loves his wife and his family. And I've been fortunate enough to have life experiences that has helped to round me into a better person.
Wow.
And through that, being a better person, I've tried to help share that with other men.
Wow.
Other couples. My wife and I have done marriage counseling, individual counseling, and it's helping people. And that's who I'm a helper. As far as a little bit more background about me, born in Los Angeles, grew up there until I was 11 years old, had asthma, had to move to Arizona with my grandparents.
Wow.
They were the only people that didn't live in California in our family.
Wow.
My grandfather had a major impact upon my life, I didn't know my dad, growing up. Now, let me paraphrase that, up put it in perspective.
Sure.
Not every person's black doesn't know their dad.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
You know that, but I'm
Yes.
just one that makes you like,
Yep.
oh, that's typical. No, it's not
Right.
typical.
No.
It's just my situation, didn't know my father. My grandfather had a major impact upon my life.
Wow.
He helped to round and really put the foundation for who I am today and laid some of those things in my life in terms of, who I am today.
Wow.
I accepted Christ when I was 12 years old. That was probably the most important, significant thing in my entire life. Not probably, it was.
Wow.
And so I've been fortunate and been blessed. And I know God's had his hand on me over all these years to have experiences, to meet great people along the way. And that's who I am.
Wow.
So it's just an average person, but blessed, happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I would love to just kind of ask a few questions in regards to the world that we live in now is obviously so polarized on opinions and political environments, and people are largely just seems like angry and hurt.
Yes.
And you are an extremely kind person, and I know that we've even talked before about it where people could be like, oh, you're just like being not fake kind, but like it's almost not believable.
Yes.
But it is through and through who you are. Like you're being you. Right. So with all of that in mind, how do you, Darryl, fit into being you and being able to still be a genuine person and not let the noise of our world impact your life?
Well, again, I'll take only for me.
Right.
I think the thing that impacted me the most, again, was my grandfather.
Right.
He told me something when I was very young, and like I said, he called me son. When he was serious, he'd say, "Son,"
He's serious.
He's serious. And in that conversation, he said, "Son, remember this: nobody owes you anything in this world.
Gosh,
nobody."
That's so powerful.
And so if they do anything for you, it's because they want to, and you should be grateful.
Wow.
And I thought about that, and so I internalized that into, you know what? If people do something for me, then I should try to find the good in it. And over the years, people have done some great things for me, and people have done some not so great things to me over the years.
Right.
Have I seen positive in all of that over my time? No, but I've looked back and tried to find the positive in what it is. And, trying to walk a good life and try to be a good life, it was like, okay, this is who I am. And I learned in my 20s that I've got to be good with who I am and who that is. And if I'm this person that's happy all the time when things seem terrible or I never seem to get me down, they do get me down. It's just how I respond to it.
Right.
It's okay. That's okay for me as a person. I mean, and so I guess the crux of it is how you decide how you're going to respond to things in life that come at you.
Wow.
I've decided, you know what? I can be angry. I mean, I've got stuff in my background where I could be angry. I could be in a totally different path. When I grew up in Los Angeles, my friends I say left when I was young.
Yeah.
I used to go back in the summer times. Everyone wants to go back to my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
I remember I turned 17. I went back to my old neighborhood in LA and tried to hook up some of my friends.
Yeah.
And I found out that of the 3 guys I hung with really tough, one was dead, got shot in a car in a crap game. One was in jail for stabbing somebody.
No way.
And the other one was strung out on drugs. And they were my 3 best friends.
Wow.
So you think about it. Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Yes.
That could have been me. I could have been one of those situations.
Wow.
I could have been a statistic. But you know what? God had his hand on my life
Yes.
then
Yes.
and now. And so my life changed to a different aspect or different path.
Wow.
And so I've decided to be that positive person. But it all starts with me deciding who I am. And that's what I share with other men is be good with who you are first. Then try to improve yourself if that's what you really want to do, to be that better version of yourself.
Wow.
And then be good for the people around you, the people you love.
Wow.
So
That's so good. So where my brain goes to really quickly is because this is the way that I think is if it's something that I don't understand, then I would go, well, how do I be good? How do I, like, that's wonderful. How do I, is there handles? Is there things that a few things you could say, hey, here's some ways that you can practically go, well, instead of just attempting, okay, I'm going to be good, you know? How, is there any little things that you would be able to say, here's some ways to start actually putting action to that and giving people some handles on, like, or guys especially, if being good is their thing or just using that as an example, how do you go about that? If that makes sense.
Oh, no, that makes sense. From my experiences,
Yes.
and from the literally hundreds of men I've talked to over the years,
Yes.
and couples we've talked to over the years, the one thing I found out is that we all have options. Even when we think we don't have options, we have options. If someone slaps you, you have options. You can go off and slap them back, beat them down. That's an option. You can do nothing. That's an option. And you can do something in between. There's always options.
Wow.
I think sometimes we get very reactionary in life. And, you know, society now and social media has become very reactionary without thinking.
Wow.
Without taking a minute and say, okay, wait, what is the impact upon this person I'm going to say this to? Wow. You know, what is my intent and what is my impact? And there are 2 different things there. Intent is like, you know, well, I intended to help you out, but the impact was very hurtful and then the person didn't get help. So what has more weight, my intent or the impact? It's your impact. And we think about our intent and don't think about the impact. So when it comes to how do you go about doing that? What do you do? I mean, how do you be that quote unquote good person?
Sure.
You know, because not everybody's going to be good.
Right.
Not everybody's bad.
Right.
But in terms of being that good person is, and I go back to this and I'll say it over it again,
Yep.
it is understanding who you are first.
Wow.
And deciding that you're good with that. And it's men, we have so much societal pressure that, you know, a real man
Right.
does this and a real man does that. And some of those things have some merit.
Sure.
But if that's not who you are,
Wow.
it does not make you any less of a man.
Yes.
You know,
So true.
it doesn't make you less of a man. Even with men, for example, who have multiple children by multiple women.
Wow.
Is he a bad man, a good man? No, he's a man nonetheless.
Wow.
His actions are not what we would say would be good, but he's still a man nonetheless.
Wow.
Is he a good example of a man, of a positive man? Maybe not. However, if he's a good father to all those children who happen not to be married, so now is he a bad man?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's who you are, the core of who you are first.
Wow.
Deciding that. If you can do that and be good with that, I think then you can say and move on to work in society. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah.
That is just so profound. I'm not flattering you. It's just
No.
genuinely like rocking my world. So thank you.
You're funny.
I'm serious, man.
It's fun talking to you. Okay.
Okay, so moving on, and I'm sure all this will kind of tie in, but given the world we live in, as far as political correctness, I wanted to pick a few things that aren't like blazing hot topics.
Sure.
So we can not be here for hours, because I know you got to go. What, how and what would you do with the current world we live in, like kind of like we already mentioned, social media, being a good person, or being who you are, given the context of political correctness I'll say this is all my opinion. My opinion is I think it seems like it's just so far extreme right now. Or it feels to me like it's quite a bit more extreme than what I was used to.
Right.
Born in the 80s, so it was a little bit interesting. But it's more about like life is good or happy. That's at least what my perception was. But I feel like now it seems like a lot of it, because of social media, is like, if you don't agree with me, I just blast you and I hate you. And because you said this one thing wrong, or because of like, you didn't identify with the way I identify. Like I am not a man or a woman. I'm this, or I don't know, pick something.
Right. Whatever. Okay.
Because it feels to me like for instance, we were at the gym and I was just we had talked and it just was like so impactful to me. And my reaction was like, I want to post a photo on Instagram and be like, everyone needs to know this person. It's going to change your life. He's incredible. I remember I told you my first reaction was like, crap, I can't because he's black and I'm white, and what are gonna people? And I was so sad that I had that thought. I was like, why couldn't it just be that you're my friend? Anyway, so that's kind of my thoughts, and I would love to know your thoughts about it.
Well, like I said, social media is what it is.
Right.
Okay. I always say it is what it is, but what are you gonna do with it?
Oof.
Okay. And social media is no different. It is what it is. There's some good parts of social media, and there's some bad parts of social media. One of the things about it is that we have so much knowledge at our fingertips, literally at our fingertips now.
Wow.
And we don't think about the knowledge we have. We react and we respond without thinking through it.
Wow.
As what you're talking about posting the picture, it's a shame because what your friends may say or what, people may think. And so it goes back to who you are. And I'll talk about that. And my wife and I are so strong on this. Be who you are.
Come on.
And be okay with it.
Oof,
that's what it is.
That's so
be
huge.
okay with it.
Wow.
And with social media, the pressure of, the back and forth. Let me just say this, and I think I may have said it one time before, not to you, to someone else. Matter of fact, I did. Matter of fact, it's more to Jim. I was talking to Jim with the gym, and I was telling him that, it's a shame the way things are going. In that, as being a Christian, sometimes I have to think about, what do I say? But beyond that, it's the challenge of, if someone's lesbian, gay, homosexual, whatever. Let me be real clear.
Yep.
I am not saying anything. I'm against that person.
Yep. Totally.
I love the person.
Yes.
I love their spirit.
Yep.
I may not agree with what they do.
Sure.
I may not condone their actions.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean I love the person.
Yep.
It's the actions. Now separate those two out.
Yep.
The way it seems now is that people can say, well, I'm this type of way. And if I don't totally agree with that, then I'm against them or I'm bad. But yet, if I say I'm a Christian, oh no, don't say you're a Christian. No, I'm offended. And it's the same person that says, accept me for the way I am, 100%. But yet I can't say, this is who I am. And so it's like, okay, it's two double standards. It's like, okay, if you have a standard, have a standard. Either accept this or don't. But don't have my way and my ways only. And then use social media to rip me out because I'm a Christian and say, I'm this fanatic person. It's like, wait a minute.
Wow.
But I'm going to go back to it again.
Yep.
I've had situations where people didn't agree with who I am and wanted to pull me down. But I'm good who I am. I know who I am.
Wow.
I know what my core values are.
Yep.
And your core values are what determine who you are. One of the core values I got from my grandfather of people don't owe you anything is I translate that into, acknowledgement. When someone does for you, have something for you, have acknowledgement. Good, bad, or different, but acknowledge what it is.
Oh, wow.
Gratefulness. Be grateful. Be thankful.
Yep.
And not that I'm looking for someone to give me a handout.
Sure.
By no means. But it is just acknowledge the person does something for it because they didn't have to. So, but social media is a challenge for us today. I'm a little older, so I've seen it come into fruition. But the children I'm concerned about are the ones that are like 10, 12 years old. That's their life. And talking to a young person now, they're so influenced by the likes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
If I don't get enough likes, now I'm terrible. I'm nothing. And now it's the number of likes. It's like, if 1,000 likes, you're nothing. It's like 1,000 people say likes. But what about people who don't give you the likes or give you the thumbs down?
Right.
Yeah, thumbs down, dislike. Then, so that power of that. So that's letting something else determine your self-worth. Wow. See, now I'm getting that, and it's like, so we gotta get back to, okay, who am I and why am I here?
Wow.
And if you don't know why you're here, that's people say, well, I have to commit suicide. Well, no. That's an option. There's always options. And my wife is a counselor. One of the things she talks about is people who feel like they're suicidal feel they had no options.
Wow.
Because we let other things put so much pressure on them, so that's how they feel. I have no options. We always have an option of something. It's do nothing or something. At least that's two.
Yeah, seriously.
That's two options, you know.
Wow.
And sometimes if nothing's not going to work, doing something may be great, but also is a space in between something and nothing, and that's just standing.
Wow.
You're not sitting, you're not doing nothing, you're standing.
Wow.
Stand on who you are.
Wow.
Anyway, I get into who you are stuff a lot, but
That's amazing.
people live my, the saying of live my best life.
Yes.
That's become cliche now.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, oh, live your best life. Okay.
Yeah.
Or 100,
Yeah.
Being 100.
Yeah.
But are you really 100?
Right.
Or are you trying to portray you 100 to somebody else?
Oh my gosh.
So I'd rather be happy at 75
Come on. Seriously.
and be good than try to be 100 and be miserable. Wow.
It's just so profound. It's like this giant, beautiful statements. I'm like, well, that's really cool. Okay, well, lastly,
Yes.
I would love to know, given that you have the advantage of living a little bit longer, and going through a lot of stuff, and still being an amazing, kind human, and so much more than just that. But
Thank you.
seems like that's a very challenging thing to do, just in and of itself, in today. Is there anything that you feel like would be something you wish you would have known, or some advice you wish someone would have sat down and said, "Hey, this"?
I guess if I look back on my life and what I wish I'd have known sooner would be to invest in Microsoft. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang it!
When that guy, the whole wild,
Yeah.
Bill Gates. I remember Bill Gates came out with Microsoft. I was like, what's this guy?
No way.
No, seriously. I was like, I'm thinking back, if I just gave the guy like $200,
Oh my gosh.
what would it be today? But you know what? Everything works out.
Yep.
My life would not be, I would not be talking to you today if I did that.
Wow.
I would not experience my life experience I went through from the time he launched his company to today. Would I be a better person if I did that? I don't know, but I know where I'm at now and I'm good with it.
Wow.
So that goes back to that question of, seriously, what would have helped me back then would have been for someone to come alongside me and say, who you are is okay. Wow. And it sounds simple, but it's really,
It's so profound.
it's like you gotta grab it. Who you are is okay. And try to ground yourself in being okay with that and stand on your own and not let the influences influence you so much.
Wow.
Here's a quick short story about
Yes,
what
please.
happened when I grew up. High school, matter of fact. And we were playing this team, and we got, rivalries, stuff like that happened. Playing basketball, I played basketball, varsity basketball. We lost. We're upset. And somebody, one of my friends, said, we ought to rock their bus. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, what? And the next thing I know, my other buddy's walking down the aisle out toward this guy's van or pickup truck. And I find myself with him. And it's like 6 of us get in this car or his pickup truck. We run down the road ahead of the bus and we pull off to the side of the road and we go with the rocks of the bus when they drive by.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking for a rock. And I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I here? But I found myself got caught up with my friends.
Wow.
I wanted to be in the group with them because they were my friends. And I'm doing something that deep down inside I know I probably shouldn't be doing. Long story short, people threw rocks. And here's the funny part about it. Everybody claimed nobody threw a rock. Well, these people all lived in this little small town in Arizona. I lived 14 miles outside of town. So by the time the sheriff, they're also investigating, everybody said they threw a rock. By the time I got to my house, it's like, how many rocks did you throw? Because everybody else claimed they didn't. So I'm taking the fall for everybody else. But anyway, it's more to that story. But the whole part about it is you get caught up in who you are. So in telling someone else today what to do is understand who you are and be good with who you are. Find out what your core values are. Identify those things. And talk about core values real brief.
Yes.
Is you can look online. A core value is really who you are. It's what's important to you.
Wow.
It's how you define life. And so for me, it's honesty, it's thankfulness, it's love, it's kindness. Those are mine.
Wow.
Not saying everyone has to have those.
Sure.
They're not perfect. I have to deal sometimes with resentment,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And one thing that happens to me is if someone does me really wrong, I mean really, really wrong, I can cut them off and just
See ya.
see ya.
Wow.
You know, and I struggle with that.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? Well, let me work on that. So I'm not perfect by no means.
Sure.
You know, but I'm good with who I am.
Wow.
I know I'm getting ready to try to be better. I'm trying to be better every day. Wow. So find out what your core values are. Work on those core values. Learn information about it. Say, this is who I want to be, who I want to grow into, and then move toward that direction. My wife and I always say 3 things. Learn who you are. Learn through your pain, your struggles. Grow in knowledge about what you want to go to, hopefully for the better. And then lastly, move. Move in direction. 2-degree increments. Big steps, little steps, but move toward the direction. So that's what I'd say.
This is so good. Well, thank you very, very, very much for coming.
Oh,
it means
absolutely.
the world. I would love to have you back because I have so many things I'd love to talk about. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. It means the world. I know tuning in, I just dated myself by like 1 billion years. I don't care. Like, is it just me? Some of the stuff he said was like, oh, we can talk about this forever. It's just so good. Such a great perspective. Anyways, clearly I'm biased because I like good stuff. Just kidding. Doesn't mean you don't like good stuff. It's just my stuff's better. No, I'm just kidding. Get in so much trouble. Totally a joke. Please let me know if you think. Smash the keyboards, make some sentences, and put them in there. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share the video, comment, do all the things that you can do if you want to. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.